I rise in support of SR 29, formally reaffirming California's recognition of the Armenian genocide and designating the month of April for its commemoration. 106 years ago, 1.5 million Armenians and hundreds of thousands of Assyrians, Greeks, and other Christians were persecuted and killed at the hands of the Ottoman Turks. The Armenian diaspora was largely formed as a result of the genocide. Today, California is home to a large and vibrant Armenian-American community that contributes to our rich cultural diversity and who are descendants of the 1.5 million lost during the genocide. Sadly, last year, hate crimes against the Armenian community were reported in our great state. The KZV Armenian school was vandalized and shots were fired at the school's building. Similar incidents involved racially charged anti-Armenian vandalism took place in Los Angeles the previous year, forcing the Armenian families to be on high alert. For Californians, and because of those recent acts of hate, the statement by President Biden on Saturday recognizing the Armenian genocide is historic, important, and welcomed. Permission to read the President's statement?
Permission granted. Thank you.
Thank you. From President Biden. Each year on this day, we remember the lives of all those who died in the Ottoman-era Armenian genocide and recommit ourselves to preventing such an atrocity from ever occurring again. Beginning on April 24, 1915, with the arrest of Armenian intellectuals and community leaders in Constantinople by the Ottoman authorities, 1.5 million Armenians were deported, massacred, or marched to their death in a campaign of extermination. We honor the victims of Medzharen so that the horrors of what happened are never lost to history, and we remember so that we remain ever vigilant against the corrosive influence of hate in all of its forms. Of those who survived, most were forced to find new homes and new lives around the world, including in the United States. With strength and resilience, the Armenian people survived and rebuilt their community. Over the decades, Armenian immigrants have enriched the United States in countless ways, but they have never forgotten the tragic history that brought so many of their ancestors to our shores. We honor their story, we see that pain, we affirm that history. We do this not to cast blame, but to ensure that what happened is never repeated. Today, as we mourn what was lost, let us also turn our eyes to the future, toward the world that we wish to build for our children, a world unstained by the daily evils of bigotry and intolerance, where human rights are respected and where all people are able to pursue their lives in dignity and security. Let us renew our shared resolve to prevent future atrocities from occurring anywhere in the world, and let us pursue healing and reconciliation for all the people of the world. The American people honor all those Armenians who perished in the genocide that began 106 years ago today. President Joseph R. Biden. One might ask why the events of 106 years ago bear mentioning and retelling today. Because we may be a century removed from the genocide, but we continue to be confronted with efforts to drive Armenians from their homelands. Last September, Azerbaijan, with the help of Turkey, launched an unprovoked attack on Armenians in Artsakh. Over 105 years after the genocide, the children and grandchildren of genocide survivors faced another existential threat. Nearly 5,000 Armenians were killed, and thousands of others displaced from their homes and the land of their ancestors during the Second Artsakh War. Armenia has fulfilled its obligation of the peace agreement, while the government of Azerbaijan continues to misrepresent the status of POWs in an attempt to justify continued captivity. To this day, 200 Armenian detainees remain in Azerbaijani custody, among them civilians. During my last trip to Artsakh in 2018, I met a bride and groom on their wedding day at a beautiful 19th century cathedral in the city of Shushi. Shushi today is under Azerbaijani control, and the cathedral has been damaged significantly. In the Hadrut region of Artsakh, people that I had lunch with were wounded and 1 was killed. That's why we recognize today. Turkey and Azerbaijan must be held accountable for the genocide and their current aggression. Atrocities from over a century ago must be recognized now to help prevent their reoccurrence in the future and to help a community try to heal. Many Armenians have exhibited and inspired their compatriots with a phrase of reassurance. Loch lav delil, ameninch lav li nelu. Senators, in honor of the 1.5 million Armenians that perished and every California family affected by the Artsakh War, I respectfully ask that you join me in appropriately casting an aye vote for SR 29. Thank you, and God bless. Ast vast orne.